Who's right? Who's wrong? You decide. Hash it out with Frank Garay and Brian Stevens. Brought to you by Remen Wholesale.
Hello, my name is Brian Stevens, and this is Soothsayer Extraordinaire Frank Garay, my partner, and we're here to talk with you again on another episode of Hash It Out.
Right.
We just ran across an article a couple of days ago that said Bank of America is putting in virtual tellers and virtual loan officers to some of their shops. You heard me right. Somebody can actually go into a Bank of America building somewhere in the country, press a button, and start talking to a virtual teller about getting a mortgage. Now, if you think this sounds like science fiction and you think it's not possible, all you have to do is go look at the previews for the video game Halo 5. It doesn't look like a video game at all. They can do that. They can certainly get through a couple of verifications of employment and rent.
Right.
But what are your thoughts on this, Frank?
My thoughts are this, and I've been saying this for a long time, and if anybody knows me for a long time, they've heard me say it,
Okay.
is that I really honestly feel that someday the loan officer is going to be obsolete in this whole picture. I mean, just gone. You're going to be able to just have order takers, take W-2s, pay stubs, run things through an automated decision engine, and deal with it. I mean, you know, that's the case. And another thing with this Bank of America virtual or automated loan officer in the bank, let me tell you, I sat in a bank with Wells Fargo for a long time, and you don't get that much traction. So now you can have one guy behind a camera somewhere servicing maybe 50, 60 banks, getting paid just a wage, you know, maybe a little perk per closed deal. You know what I'm saying? I think
Save
it's
a ton of money.
scary. I think it's
Save a ton of
scary,
money.
and I think that loan officers really need to somehow find a way to keep their relevance in the process of getting the home mortgage. I do, and I'm sorry to say it, but I think that's coming.
Well, why would they even have to go into a bank? Why couldn't they just go to a Bank of America website and hit a button, and then it's going to pull up that person? So, you know, it could actually encompass the entire country.
Probably could.
Here's the thing, think about this, guys. Your verification of deposit, how do you get that? Online. Your verification of employment, your verification of rent, your verification of everything. How do you get it? You get it all online now. What about the credit report? If you think about all the components in a loan, you're getting everything online. It's just true. So what is the need for the person? Here's the point. There's a loan officer out there right now going, yeah, well, some of these deals are very difficult, and it requires a professional to go ahead and navigate the waters through some of
Right.
these deals.
Right.
Well, I'm here to tell you guys, do you think anybody wants to fund deals right now that are so incredibly painful and difficult with so many conditions that they require a professional to navigate them?
It's a good
and
thought.
the answer is overwhelmingly no. And we know this because right now, Fannie and Freddie, their average loan score is 750.
Yeah.
So they're only doing the clean guys.
Right.
So what's the flip side of this coin, Frank?
The flip side is this, and I think this is where the LO finds relevance, is the LO is the salesman on the street, right? So the LO can still get belly to belly with a real estate professional, can still walk into an office and say, hey, do you need any help, right? That type of a thing. So I think that mortgage companies will tend to keep these loan originators, but I'm going to tell you, maybe fewer than they do now, right? Because I think they can accomplish a whole lot more in an automated process, but keep a few out on the streets and in the field and in the offices, that kind of a thing. So I think there is some hope for the loan officer maybe 10, 15 years from now, but I think it's going to be a dwindling occupation, and I think the pay is going to reflect that as well.
Well, you know, and maybe this is a bad comparison. You know, I was traveling somewhere and I went to a Hertz and there was a line, so they had a kiosk where you can push a button and you talk with
I remember
somebody
that.
from Hertz and drops the keys down below.
Yeah.
The whole experience was annoying. It's just super, super annoying not dealing with an actual live person that you can get to know.
I remember that. We could see her on the screen and everything. She was talking to us, and we were
Annoying.
communicating. Yeah.
Super annoying.
I liked it.
Well, I found it annoying. I think there's a lot of people who do, because buying a house and getting a mortgage is a very intimate process.
Could be.
And they want people there for that journey. But, you know, just got to tell you guys, I mean, there's a lot of shops around the country right now that are going to call centers because they feel it's easier. And for a lot of
Right.
folks out there right now, I just to let you know, speaking with a bunch of owners of companies around the country, half of the owners of these companies, I'm telling you, they resent their loan officers. They really honestly do. And I'm not saying this disparagingly, but there's a lot of contempt that goes out there. And if they can wipe a lot of loan officers out of the equation, save some money, and automate things, because after all, they think they can do it better, they're certainly going to give it a shot.
Well, here's the bottom line. We can be completely wrong about everything, right? So, you know, this is our opinions, what we're saying up here. The point of these videos is to get yours and have a discussion about it down below, to, you know, talk about these things. So why don't you let us know what you think down below, and let everybody else what you know what you think down below as well, and we can continue the conversation that way.
I think loan officers are vitally important. I absolutely do. But I also know that the winds of change are upon us.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of the
I
situation.
think they're expendable, and I think in under 20 years, I don't know if the position's going to exist. That's just my thought. So join us again next week here on Hash It Out, where hopefully we have something better to talk about, something more positive.
Thanks a lot,
See ya.
guys. Bye.
Today's Hash It Out was brought to you by Remen Wholesale. Hash It Out airs every Thursday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time and can be viewed on MortgageNewsNetwork.com.
This is Mortgage News Network.